Welcome to Saving Grace Lutheran Church's YouTube channel here in beautiful Mobile, Alabama, located out on Snow Road. I'm Pastor Tom Spiegelberg, and today we are continuing on our 6th video in our series on hurricane preparedness. As always, we have our resident pro, Commander Bob Kaler, retired U.S. Coast Guard, who will be presenting for us today.
Thank you, sir. We started with an introduction to hurricane preparedness, and we've done hurricane safety and interruptions to utilities, a little about protecting your house. Today we're going to review some tips and tricks suggested by members.
Hey, that's great. We're looking forward to that. Just a reminder, in Baldwin and Mobile County, we're close by where we are located, is going to be some of the particulars, but the content covered today is going to be applicable to anywhere in hurricane country.
That's right. And again, a shout out to those who have watched the videos and provided us feedback. Thanks. It helps us do better, and it's also just plain encouraging.
All right, sounds good. Let's get started.
Before we get into our tips and tricks, let's mention that the world experts on tropical weather have revised their forecast for 2022. The scientists and graduate students in the Tropical Weather and Climate Research Department at Colorado State University in Fort Collins on the 2nd of June said they've increased from 19 to 20 named storms and from 9 to 10 hurricanes. Does that really make any difference in our need to plan and prepare? Not in the slightest. Remember that it only takes a single storm to ruin your year. Every household needs to think in advance about what they'll do to prepare their property and how they'll decide whether to evacuate or not. Decisions on preparation and evacuation need to be made early so you can complete them before the weather turns bad. Okay, now let's get on to our tips and tricks. A tip we included in a previous video was to pack all the empty space in your refrigerator freezer with ice, then tape the door shut to remind yourself not to open them. Those two actions help keep some of your perishable foods from spoiling while the power is off. Today's new tip, which I heard since we started this video series, is related to that prior one. Pack your favorite ice chest with the perishables your household needs for 3 or 4 days. That way you'll be able to access those foods without opening up the refrigerator freezer. We talked in a previous video about the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning, and in another video about being able to charge your cell phone from your car. Well, a member tied those two things together and suggested this tip. Know how to open your electric garage door manually. Do that before starting the car to charge your cell phone so you won't poison yourself or your household. We talked in a previous video about how wonderful and how deadly a portable generator can be. Related to that tool, a member suggested this tip. Make sure you have at least 3 days worth of gasoline and motor oil to feed it. Oh, and always shut it off and let it cool a little before you add any gasoline or oil. Your generator will stop being a wonderful tool if you set it on fire. A member suggested a way to keep your house a little more comfortable and for a little longer after the power goes off. Turn your thermostat down lower than you'd normally have it about 12 hours prior to the weather turning bad. You'll have to focus on keeping doors and windows closed during and after that time. Not only will the slightly cooler air help, but air conditioners dry the air as well, so there's a double comfort benefit to getting your house cooler before the power goes off. Another member suggested that since many of our non-perishable foods are in cans, then make sure you have a manual Vice electric can opener. When we talked about non-perishable foods and bottled water, we mentioned making sure you include enough for your animals. Well, you'll also need a way to tether them. That's important if you'll be evacuating or staying home. Fences are frequently damaged by the storm and sometimes will be completely gone. Thanks for your attention to this video and the previous ones. If you have any comments or questions on this presentation, or for the whole series of presentations, you can send them to savinggracexo@gmail.com.
Thanks again for watching our video series on hurricane preparedness. Just as a reminder, don't forget to like our video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all of our hurricane resources at savinggracemobile.org. We're going to have another coming up in this series, so stay tuned and check out the next video that we have coming. Thanks again.